I like to use the sponge method system where you just have that person shadow you like every day. They're with you like all day. They hear how you handle your conversations and how you respond to people. How do I take my sign phone calls? You name it. So that was the quickest and easiest way for me to get my team members into business and into production.
So I want to thank you very specifically from the heart for being here today.
Thank you.
So if you could share with us, what does the support look like from your sales team?
It means a lot. I'll share this real quickly. I just lost my mother, I would say like a week ago. I had to travel to Puerto Rico, handle, her affairs, and that happened from Friday to Saturday, and I just flew to Puerto Rico. I didn't even say anything to no one, no luggage, no anything. Just literally like my wallet, and, t-shirt, and just I did what I had to do. I think that in that moment when that happened, I'm starting to get these phone calls from my agents, from my team, and I started to find out that I wasn't even a team lead, to be honest, because they started to handle so many different things for me without me even asking, and I see them, working as a team. We were already a team, but now it's kind of like I really felt like I was a team. We were a team now.
Like they're pushing in the same direction,
yeah,
right? And they're solving their problems.
They're talking to the VAs, things that they would have asked me, they're not asking me, but they're still making it happen. And, it was a growing moment for them, and it was a growing moment and a painful moment for myself. So yes, I definitely see that.
Yeah. And I mean, thank you again, right? Thank you for being here. That is the most unthinkable, most painful loss. And, all we have is time, right? So I just really want to thank you. Your team has shown up, you're showing up. I want to also cast light on you have amazing sons, right? So you're Papa Bear, right? You're Papa Bear, and when you smile, I see their smile. Like it's copy and paste, okay? So again, I want to thank you for being here. So let's talk about, it's amazing because each of you have such unique superpowers, right? So I'm going to shift for a moment. Marissa, you lead a team, although you reside geographically in Naples, Florida, right? You lead a team in New Jersey, where you're originally from.
Yes.
So you lead your team, although you live in Naples, Florida, and New Jersey, and then you're also a solo agent in Florida.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
So the benefit of having a team and working in any collaboration is the leverage part, like you said. And I was a person that it was very difficult for me to relinquish control. I wanted to be hands-on with everything, and when I was living in another state or transitioning to live in another state, I couldn't physically meet with the client anymore because I was 1,500 miles away. So my conversations really started to change, and I just coached the client to say, this person will meet you, then this will happen, then you'll get an email from our client care manager, and then this will happen. And my phone stopped ringing in such a good way because everything else was being handled with such a minimal time investment for me.
Oh my goodness, I love to hear that. Why? Because raise your hands if you're a self-admitted control freak. Anyone? Okay, great. Both hands was mine. Love that. So there's a song, it's called Let It Go. I won't sing because I don't want the windows in here to shatter. Marissa, okay, so from each of you, I'm going to ask this golden question. I'll ask it to you, Marissa, right now, since you dug into it. Just because you hire Charles Schwab doesn't mean you're going to meet with Chuck, right?
Correct.
And so talk about that handoff. Because, right, you're going to get an email, not from me, but from my client care manager. Was that one of the things that just set you free as a thriving rainmaker to be able to just really polish up the way you deliver that handoff?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that it really got me into, a lot of us in this business, we start out, maybe you started out on a team, but a lot of us started out as single agents. So it was we thought that the client wanted us. And then when I got to build the team and put those leverage points in place, it really got me to hone in on my systems and create that consistency. And then what I did was I started over in Naples as a single agent. So I just duplicated all the systems and models that I already had in New Jersey and used them for our Naples division. And it was different because I didn't have multiple agents and I still had the admin staff, but I had to create my value proposition in a little bit of a different way, but I set the precedence much earlier on as I was building that.
Brilliant. Right? Like, we don't have to be all things to all people. What is your quote, Rosemary? I am not every woman. Don't ask me to be, right? And so, for a minute, I'm just going to brag about you. I'm just going to go in line, like we're in school. Darnell Ponte, listen to me. Fellow moderator, contributor in the BRN, the Black Realtor Network. I'm just saying. What's up?
Hey.
So, talk to us about your sales team members are six-figure earners on your sales team.
Yeah.
Yes, like, how'd you do that?
Well, I mean, it seems simple in hindsight, but all I did was I like to use the sponge method. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with that system, where you just have that person shadow you like every day. They're with you like all day. They hear how you handle your conversations and how you respond to people. How do I take my sign phone calls? You name it. So that was the quickest and easiest way for me to get my team members into business and into production.
Sponge, like copy and paste.
Sponge.
Remember, Amanda? Copy and paste, right?
Yeah, no, it's not rocket science. I mean, we have the experience, the systems, the leverage. So that's my preferred method versus just giving them like a playbook and expect them to read or whatnot, or telling them this is how you do it. So I'd rather just show my team how to do it, and that's how they get off the ground pretty quickly.
I love that. It's modeling the behavior. So it's you do it, then kind of we do it, then eventually they do it?
Yes, definitely. Hopefully sooner than later they do it. Well, I'm in the process of we do it right now.
Okay. You're still in the we.
I'm still the number one producer of the team, of course, but I'm trying to leverage as much as I possibly can, and now my agents are getting their own leverage, so.
See, it's like Sherry's admin who has an assistant, right? That's what kind of like that reminds me of. So by the way, what does your organizational model look like right now?
So right now I have one full-time agent, I have two part-time agents, and I have three admin support staff. So I have an assistant or a director of operations, and then she has a marketing person that communicates with her directly, and then I have another person that helps me just keep a track of what's going on social media and the interactions that we're making. Like, he tracks everything.
Yeah, follow him. Your social media game is legit. I noticed. I'm on the Instagram and the Facebook.
It's not as legit as yours.
Aw, cousin. Thank you, Darnell. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Sherry, so I feel like geographically, are you two in the similar market?
I think we're in the same city.
Same city. Okay, cool. I dig it. So your team, I mean, first of all, I know if your VA quits, you quit. So we have that in common. Show us, did Delgado just laugh out loud? I heard you all over here, I love it. So tell us about, how your leverage is showing up through your team to support your team. What does that literally look like?
So my team is, it started out a little bit larger, and we kind of skimmed it down to 3 people, and they're all producing. One of them, his first full year in real estate, he broke $5 million this year, which felt really good to me.
Wow. Yeah, first full year.
And Jamie and Eloisa are sitting right there, they're right behind him. Jamie closed over $1 million in January, and Eloisa's consistently closing. So I think a lot of why we've been able to do that is because I've been able to afford them the same leverage that I have, and they have full access to help with their CRMs, help with their social media for flyers, so they're able, really it comes down to the 80-20 rule. So they're also able to focus a lot more on that 80% and build their business. And I think the earlier that anyone can do that as an agent, I think it just gives you a big advantage. And for me, they're also a leverage because I don't like to show properties anymore very much unless it's
me either.
specific client.
I give no stars. I do not recommend just showing partners. You can drive, maybe you put in the inventory. Anyway, believe me, I've seen the 5-bedroom colonial on the half acre. I've seen it. Right?
Exactly. And I mean, I think you get to a point in your business where you realize that it's not maybe the best investment of your time to be working buyers. So also to have that leverage from them as well, that helps them and helps me. So it's really vice versa. And they all have their own superpowers, their own strengths. So I think we build each other and we become like a family. I love it. I can't imagine doing real estate without them.
Yeah, let's talk about the fun, all right? I love that too, amen. So let's talk about the fun, because we do, we have fun with our team. I mean, what are y'all doing for fun, like with your sales team members? Client events? I love the blank stares. No, really, right? Like, we have to insert the fun back to business. I feel like y'all do have fun. I know you have fun.
We definitely have a ton of fun. I mean, my team members travel with me. We go to conferences together. That's like probably the number two source of our business is going to conferences and events and networking in person. And at least 2 Sundays a month, I mean, I have like a family dinner for my team at my house.
Nice. I'm coming over.
You can come through. Plantation.
Nice.
You gonna be here Sunday?
Say it again.
You gonna be here Sunday?
Say it again.
You gonna be here Sunday?
I'll be here. I'll take the plane back, and then I'll be a matrimonial journey because my husband is waiting for me to come home. Apparently, we have 2 children, so he's outnumbered. But yeah, I could be around someday.
It's called leverage. You got a babysitter?
So what I'm hearing is you'll watch my children.
Oh no, Darnell doesn't. No kids for me.
So getting back to like, what is our dollar per hour? I don't know why, because right, I don't know about you, but I pay my au pair by the hour, send help. Right, it's what are you doing such that by doing it, you're earning a higher dollar per hour. My best guess for each of you rainmakers, the best use of your time is most likely attracting listings and seller clients. Am I hallucinating? Is that the best use of your time? No. Tell me.
Even though I'm a team lead, I'm still a buyer's agent at heart.
Okay.
You know, that's what I have.
Yeah, you got that idea. I like it.
That's what I have a passion for. I love fighting for my clients. You know, going out there on the road, explaining to them, you know, educating them, and I'm passionate about it. So I'll forever be a buyer's agent, even though I'm getting a lot of listings lately, though. So
I respect it. I respect it. You know, sales is sales. What's the relationship? What's the value?
And I have to be honest, you know, especially for the new realtors, and you really wanted to excel your business, don't be afraid to become a buyer's agent because you can actually leverage your business a lot different if you was a listing agent because you can partner up with so many different people, you know, so you can take care of your marketing and things in that matter. You know, as far as buyer's agent, you deal with buyers, you know, the buyers are in charge of the title. So now you can partner with a title agency. So now you guys can, you know, just do so many different things, you know.
Compliant joint marketing.
Exactly. And then the same way you can, you know, partner up with your attorneys as well. And I'm just a buyer's agent. That's exactly what
That's cool. Right? Are you like fighting for them and offer acceptance?
I do.
Yeah, I dig it.
And I'm competitive, so you know I used to play soccer growing up, so I.
Oh, we can. I love that. That is awesome. That is so awesome. And you see that competitive spirit show up, and it's such a healthy competition. I see you in the office. I get to go to your office.
I do, and you know when I call a listing agent and they tell me that you know I'm dealing about 20 to 30 different offers, I'm like, okay, I'm getting my offer accepted.
Die-hard optimist, right? Like you are optimistic, flying the plane. You know, I love that. No, that's amazing. So talking about buyers, Marissa, you're often the buyer. I love how one of your posts was like, maybe we don't have a lot of cars, but we have a fleet of properties, right? For your offspring, your little boy. You and Darren created a person, and he's adorable. He's young.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you bring him to closings, or at least on some showings sometimes, I feel.
I do, and that's something we added into our team as well. A lot of us, you know, you saw it with the Mama Bear CEOs that were up here before, is that we show our clients, and we've done a really good job recently of showing our clients, like we're not just realtors. We're not just this financial piece. Yes, we're gonna fight for you. Yes, we're gonna show you the properties and list your house and do all these things, but like, let's talk about your 5-year plan. Let's talk about your future. Let's talk, we really need to walk the talk if we're telling people, hey, invest in real estate. This is a great way to build passive income, and we're not doing it ourselves, or at least setting ourselves up to be in a position to do that. We're advising people not from a place of experience. And then for our team and for myself in Naples, we send a monthly newsletter. And in that newsletter, we always add like a personal piece. Like my business partner got married, we put her information in there. Last month, we did the next generation of the Damari group. So we put all of our kids, like either stuffing envelopes or showing properties or doing something. And then when the clients see that, either in the newsletter or social media, it resonates with them because they're like, oh, they're people too. No matter what's going on, they're still gonna show up for me. They might have a kid in tow, but they're still gonna show up and get it done.
That's awesome. And I love how your social activity on social media is informing some of the content in your newsletter, right?
And
vice versa?
Absolutely. And content is something that we've all talked about all day, and the presentation on that was really great. And I think so many times we overthink the content, and it's like we write this newsletter every month. We've been really consistent with that piece since 2020. My newsletter is called Health, Wealth, and Real Estate. It goes out on the first of every month. It goes out to our entire database and all of our referral partners. And people almost expect it to come, and then after they get it in their inbox, we just reshare all those pieces of content on our social media because it's like, why keep creating more content when you already did it? You just need to reuse what's already there.
Don't reinvent the
wheel.
Wow, really? That was not high energy. Don't reinvent the
wheel.
Put some respect on my name. So Darnell, you have a stunner agent or two on your squad. High earner, 6-figure GCI earner, I feel, or two.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the accountability activities? Have you gamified it? What do you do to kind of encourage and really hold the team accountable?
Well, every morning we have a team power up where we give all of our numbers for the previous day. So no one wants to be that person like given the goose eggs, like whether it's DAOs made or contacts or appointments set. So that's been really helpful the past few months. I've been doing that. It's literally just a 10-minute meeting every morning. What did we do yesterday? What are our opportunities for today? Also, the CRM I use has a leaderboard. So it keeps track of everything, like the minutes that you're on the phone, the emails you send, the text messages you send, all that fun stuff. So like again, nobody wants to be the last one on the board. So I love that competitiveness. Just those two things help bring. I use Follow Up Boss. Yeah, it's my favorite. Love it. Yeah, production's gone up in the past like 5-6 months I've been using it. Just all in one. We can talk about that for hours another day.
We can nerd out on Follow Up Boss.
Yes, definitely. And just every week I set an hour time minimum to just go over my agents' goals and what do they want, not just in business, but like what do they want in life, and just bring them back to their big why and why they're doing these things at the end of the day. So it's just meeting with them one-on-one and mentoring them, and that's really helped out a lot for accountability. Just figuring out what their goals are, because my goals are not necessarily their goals. So I might want to do a certain number of volume or transactions, but they don't. So I just have to figure out what it is that they want and just bring them back to that, just like we do with our clients, our buyers, and our sellers. Like, what's your why? What's your motivation? Why are you doing this?
Right. It is that big why, that fire in the belly, what's driving them. Because on the hard days, sometimes you have to remind them of that.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I love that. So good. So I'm noticing Sherry, specifically, you're casting light on your team members on social and, right, do you have the business booked under you as the rainmaker? Are you sharing those units? Like, usher us through what you do with that.
Yeah, they get their own credit for everything. So we keep our deals separately. If the lead comes through, whether it's Zillow or another lead source, they still get the credit for their deals. My goal ultimately when I started the team, it was a little bit different. It's when I came to lifestyle, that was one of my plans. And I had gotten to the point where my business grew really, really quickly for my personal business. And it went from, just not, I want to say like a moderate producer to a top producer. And money went from being challenging for me to being a little bit more available. And I realized I was lacking in purpose. So my original goal for building the team was I felt like if I could do it with as much as I had on my plate, that I could show other people how to replicate that and do it as well. So for me, I don't feel that need to retain. I hope they stay with me forever, but I want them to have a foot to stand on if they ever decide to launch without me as a team leader. So I always want them to have their own units, their own glory, so to speak. I want them to be recognized, not just part of the team, but individually as well.
Awesome.
I definitely agree with what you just said. Real quick, I've been a realtor for 2 years, exactly. At first I started as a regular agent like anybody else. A few months in, I had actually the possibility to become a team lead with another person. That's what we utilize as credentials to do so. I pour a lot into agents in my very first year in this industry. I lost a lot. So, we in here talking about the good things. I just want to share a little bit of light into that. Be intentional with the people that you bring around you. Make sure that you surround yourself with agents that, they don't have to have the world. They only have to have one thing, the willpower, and they want to work. Because this business is a lot more than the BMWs parked outside.
What?
The fancy dinners and stuff like that. You have to work. You have to put in work. I've been working, my very first year, I literally worked 365 days out the year. You go follow me on Instagram, Armando_Pina_realtor. You follow through all my progress as a realtor from day one until now. You will see that I put in work. And I'm still doing it. My method right now is a little bit different when it comes to my agents. I am no longer giving the world to them. I still allow them to keep credit for each sale because I will not want that to be taken away from me as well because they are the ones out there working. But I'm leaving with crumbs now. This year is literally a selfish year. I'm giving them all the conditions, lofties. I have 8 VAs for them, an executive assistant, transaction coordinator. I have lifestyle now.
I just want to run that back. You said you have 8 VAs.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. They do everything.
They must.
Yes.
They're creative.
So we've been here all day, right? And one of those things that I think that everyone in this room wants, it's before I used to say financial freedom, and as today, I'm going to start saying time freedom. Right? I'm pouring everything that I make, every penny that I make, I'm investing into my business. Last year alone, I sold over 30-something houses myself. As a team, total we did about 16 million in volume. My second year as a realtor, still making mistakes as a team lead, but we did it.
You said still, it's been 5 minutes. I'm still making mistakes as a team. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
Yeah. And my time freedom actually will start another month from now when I pay back the $60,000 in taxes this year.
Woo! Right?
So it's an investment. We all know that we can probably try to hide it so many different ways. But as you know, if you change careers, I'm a realtor for 2 years. In my first year, I did about 80-something thousand. Last year, I did about 230,000. So I need to report that income because I'm getting ready to invest with my family and lifestyle. So this is what we do. I'm paying.
I love that. And it's okay to spend your paycheck on real estate. Like we're approving this message, right? Like we're co-signing that message today. Okay. Okay, so I would just love to hear from each of you a goal. Like, what is your intention for this year when we're high-fiving it out and having our Prosecco toast on New Year's Eve 2024? What would have to happen for each of you to say it was an incredible year? Don't all jump at once.
That was a great question. Business-wise, definitely 42 million in closed volume, about 100 transactions,
Yeah.
and add on 3 agents to the team.
All right. Let's do this.
I would say my goal this year as a team, I'll say 50 million in volume. And my personal goal for this summer, which I think I will make it happen, it's not the end of the year, but I am disappearing with my 2 children this summer, be flying out and, you know, come back stronger. So I need that time. That time freedom is my main goal this year.
Love that freedom. What do we do in New Year's Eve, Marissa?
So each year we pick a word of the year. I don't know if anyone else does that, but my word of the year this year was consistency. So for me, it was just, you know, we do the vision board, we do the goals, we review our goals on a weekly basis and all of those things. And it's not only for myself to hit those consistent goals that we set out, but for our team members to do the same. And we hold each other accountable to that. So it's not just the business stuff, which is great, right? However many million, 20 homes, 45 homes in New Jersey, all these different things, multiple flip properties, 2 more rentals, those checked boxes. But the family component, I mean, it's the time freedom and really consistently having that time freedom and that leverage would be what to toast to.
Yes.